In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, and welcome to another edition of what we call the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. I am the gatekeeper, host of this program, known here on social media. Wherever you may find me, I am known as the mighty Angel Snub 7. I am your soul brother, number one. I would like for just a few moments in time bring my 2 cents upon this poor brother that we call Dr. Umar Johnson. I do not want to add to the drama, the name calling, being judgmental of this young man of whom I do not know. I do not know if he is a scammer. I do not know what his intent has been. I really don't know. But what I would like to bring before us is an understanding of how we arrived at this particular moment that we live. Again, I do not wish to make mockery, but bring understanding so that we can understand why we are caught up in such drama. There's an old Bible verse or saying, whereas I paraphrase, that we should not judge lest ye be judged. During the civil rights movement, this devil, this evil and wicked person, the head of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, J. Edgar Hoover, in a memo in the COINTELPRO filings, or what was recorded of it, spoke of his fear and the threat to the United States of the rise of a black Messiah. This black Messiah did not come from the mouth of black Americans. It came from the mouth of an enemy who said that he is afraid of the threat of the rise of a black Messiah. And when we heard these words from the enemy, we took it to heart. And this played into our mindset. Being raised in Christianity for hundreds of years, on a slave plantation, helpless. The only thing we could do, because we were powerless, was wait and hope and pray for the rise of a Messiah, and that Messiah was Jesus Christ. And we waited, and we waited for Jesus. We waited for a Savior to answer our prayers, to take us out of our misery. And so this thought or this idea of a black Messiah was easily acceptable, and so now you hear it all the time. Oh, they afraid of the rise of a black Messiah, and now we're waiting not on Jesus. A lot of us are still waiting on Jesus, but many of us now are waiting for the rise of a black Messiah. Malcolm could have been the Savior. Dr. King and so many others, this black Messiah. And now they are all gone. So now in 2025, could Tariq Nasheed be the black Messiah? Could Umar Johnson be the black Messiah? Could Jesse Jackson? Could Louis Farrakhan? Could Young Pharaoh? Could Sonetta? Could Morris World TV? Somebody waiting on the rise of a black Messiah, a Savior. Jesus, Marcus Garvey, Noble Drew Ali, Elijah Muhammad, the rise of a black Messiah. Somebody to save us. Our hopes and dreams. We're waiting on this person to come save us. A Savior has come to the black man and woman of America. So we're running over here to Elijah. We're running over here to Farrakhan. We're running over here to Umar. We're running over here to Tariq Nasheed. We're running over here to Yvette Cornell, the black Messiah. So I don't know why you call Umar a scammer. I don't know why you call and want to make mockery and attack Umar Johnson when you are doing the same thing, except Umar Johnson may not be your Savior, but you're wasting your time trying to save those or trying to expose him, because he is a Savior to a lot of people. Just like you are loyal to your Savior. And so many of you come out and you're having fun with the drama and you're calling Umar Johnson these different names and blah, blah, blah. And you're having a lot of fun until your Savior comes under attack. Until people show that your Savior has fault. Your Savior, there's questions. Your Savior has errors. Then you start falling apart. Well, at least my Savior ain't like Umar Johnson. It's the same thing. You want people to remove themselves from their Savior, but you won't remove yourself from your Savior. Human beings have faults. Human beings make mistakes. Human beings can be incompetent. But you believe in them. Because maybe, just like in your religion, maybe one day it's going to be true. Even though it looks like a lie. And in your heart you know it cannot be right. But it don't make no difference. There's a little 1%, 0.001. It's got to be real. I understand. Now, I had a Savior when I first was trying to get into the music business. I put my faith in this brother. He knew more about the business. In fact, we actually did get a record deal. And we did concerts, and there are all these things. See, the Saviors, when you're involved with the Saviors, they give you things to make you believe you are going to be saved. And so, these crumbs, these nothings, make you believe even more. And you're not really getting nothing. I put my faith in my Savior. But I could see, and I wouldn't be honest to myself, I could see this is not going nowhere. But I had faith in my Savior. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's an inkling. And really, it could be possible. But not with him. Not with him, it wasn't going to be possible. But I held on as long as I could. And when we do this, We just lose and we lose and we lose. That is why the black community, that is why we have not progressed. We have not done anything since the ending of the civil rights era. Because many of you have become comfortable and you're spoiled. And you already think you got it going on. Boy, who are you? Who are we to judge Umar Johnson? Who are we to make mockery or feel as though we're smarter, we're better than those who support Umar Johnson, when we're doing the exact same thing, looking for a savior, hoping one day Jesus is going to return. 2,000 years have passed by, but one day, that's the same mindset. One day, 2,000 years have passed, they still waiting on Jesus. 1,400 years, they still waiting on some great Islamic whatever in Islam. Just hoping one day, and generation die, and you bring some more and convert the new generation, and they die, and you're still waiting on to be saved, and nothing happened. We waited on Jesus Christ. And the only reason why you are in the position that you're in because of a civil war between the enemy and their nation. Brother against brother. And quite honestly, because of technology, there was no more necessary. Slave labor wasn't necessary anymore. Machines could outdo a slave. So those days was coming to an end anyway. But it was not Jesus. It was not Muhammad. It was not none of these things that we believe in. It was a civil war that took you off the slave plantation and you went crazy. Now you're materialistic. Now you're just as nasty and filthy as the enemy. A bunch of freaks. Your ancestors died on the battlefield in the Civil War. Your ancestors died on the slave plantations. Your ancestors still die day in and day out in this nation for you to be a clown. Because there's no responsibility. There's no responsibility on us as an individual. Blame it on the Savior. I can't blame that man. I cannot blame that man for what happened. Because I knew better and you know better. And we're not going to get any better until we come out of this mindset of waiting on a Savior, somebody going to do something for us. If we're the children of God, then we should be able to be like God. And we shouldn't have to wait for a Savior. We should be able to function and operate on our own. Because waiting on a Savior is only going to take you down a place where you may never return. There's nothing wrong with saying I was a fool. The problem is when we stay a fool. We become loyal to the thought and the idea. The idea of a Savior. But it's never going to come or become reality. We won't change, but we don't want to change. We don't want responsibility. Blame it all on Dr. Umar. Blame it on Elijah and Malcolm and Noah Joy. You don't have to take no responsibility for yourself. I'm waiting on the Savior. So that means I don't have to think. I don't have to do nothing. Just lay on my ass and wait for somebody to come save me. That's unnatural. If there's a fire, the natural thing to do is you're going to try to get out of the building. You're not just going to lay in the bed, well, I don't have to do nothing. That's what the fire people, wait for the fire engine. That's not natural. But that's what we do. You see that these saviors that we have faith in, nothing is happening. So what you like them? You can like Umar Johnson. You can like Elijah Muhammad. You can like Farrakhan. You can like Taalik. You can like them all you want to. After a certain period of time, the fire is in the building. You got to get out. You cannot wait on them to get you out. Something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with us. Waiting on a Savior. You calling yourself stupid. You don't have a brain of your own. You don't think for yourself. You don't have common sense. You caught up. Did not Public Enemy tell us in the 1980s or early 1990s, don't believe the hype? Because that's all we've been getting since the end of the Civil Rights era is a bunch of hype. A bunch of pretty speeches. A bunch of folks know it all. And when you reach in your pocket, the only thing we have is lint. You have absolutely nothing except talk. All these YouTube videos, social media posts. But there's nothing that you produce to back nothing up. A bunch of talk. Talk shows. Reality show, that's all you got to show. And that's why Mark Zuckerberg, that's why Google Incorporated don't mess with you, because they see that nothing's happening. I guarantee you, if they felt as though what you're doing can now, your talk can now actually begin producing, they'll harass you like they have harassed this ministry called the Reality's Temple on Earth ministry. Over 100 channels destroyed on YouTube. Getting close to 30 on Facebook. Book destroyed. Why you think they don't want you to listen to my voice? As soon as traffic starts coming to Angel Snub Nub 7, the flagging, terminating for no reason and no reason. Because I'm not going to ask you to wait for a Savior. We are the Savior. You want to idolize somebody? Idolize yourself. Stop waiting on the damn Savior. Because you're never going to be saved. That's some baloney that your enemy gave to you. The rise of a black Messiah. You got to save yourself. You got to use your own brain. Got to stop waiting. Take responsibility for yourself. Take responsibility for your own destiny. And leave these clowns that you call saviors. Let them go and do whatever they're supposed to do. And let those who want to follow that foolishness, let them go ahead and continue to be the losers.